The ancient Maya civilization, known for its impressive advancements in astronomy, mathematics, and architecture, is also remembered for its complex religious beliefs and rituals. Among these, human sacrifice stands out as one of the most controversial and debated aspects of their culture. While the Maya people are often praised for their achievements in fields like the creation of the calendar and the construction of towering pyramids, the practice of human sacrifice was deeply embedded in their religious practices and had profound implications on their social and political systems. In this video, we will explore the role of human sacrifice in Maya society, the reasons behind these rituals, the methods used, and the social and religious context that supported them. Although much of what is known about the Maya and their rituals comes from archaeological evidence and historical accounts, human sacrifice remains one of the most mysterious and often misunderstood aspects of their civilization. The religious context of Maya human sacrifice. At the heart of the Maya practice of human sacrifice was their polytheistic religion, which involved a pantheon of gods, spirits, and ancestors. The Maya believed that these gods controlled various aspects of the natural and supernatural worlds, and maintaining their favor was essential for the prosperity and survival of the community. The Maya religion was intricately tied to the cycles of nature, particularly those of the sun, moon, and stars, as well as agricultural cycles. Rituals were performed to ensure good harvests, prevent droughts, and ensure the successful renewal of life after death. These ceremonies were not only religious, but also political, reinforcing the power of the rulers, who were considered intermediaries between the gods and the people. One of the central deities in the Maya pantheon was Kukulkan, also known as Quetzalcoatl in other Mesoamerican cultures, the feathered serpent god who represented the sun, rain, and life-giving forces. The Maya believed that the gods required nourishment, and it was through ritual sacrifices that this nourishment was provided. Human blood, in particular, was thought to be a vital offering that could satisfy the gods' hunger and ensure the continued well-being of the Maya people. In addition to the gods, the Maya also believed in the power of ancestors. Ancestor worship was an integral part of Maya religious life, and sacrifices were sometimes made to honor or appease the spirits of deceased rulers or noble individuals. In these instances, human sacrifice may have been used as a means of reinforcing the connection between the living and the dead, ensuring that the spirits of former rulers continued to watch over their people. Why the Maya practiced human sacrifice? There are several key reasons why the Maya engaged in human sacrifice, all of which were tied to their beliefs about the natural world, the gods, and the social structure. Appeasing the gods. The Maya viewed the gods as powerful, capricious beings who controlled the forces of nature and life. Blood, especially human blood, was seen as a potent offering that could appease the gods and maintain balance in the world. Sacrifice was believed to ensure the fertility of the land, the success of crops, and the continuation of the cycle of life and death. Political power. Sacrifices also had a political dimension. Maya rulers often performed human sacrifices to demonstrate their power and legitimacy. These rulers were considered to have a direct link to the gods, and their ability to offer human blood symbolized their divine authority. By conducting these elaborate ceremonies, rulers could show their strength and reinforce their dominance over both their people and their enemies. Sacrifice as a form of warfare. One of the most common sources of victims for Maya sacrifices was prisoners of war. Captured enemies were seen as both trophies of conquest and offerings to the gods. These prisoners, often from rival cities or regions, were sacrificed to demonstrate the might of the conquering city-state and to gain favor from the gods. The act of sacrificing prisoners was a powerful statement of control and dominance over the defeated. Ritual cleansing and renewal. In addition to appeasing the gods and showcasing political power, sacrifices were also used as a form of ritual cleansing and renewal. Maya society placed great emphasis on cycles, whether they be agricultural, celestial, or social. Sacrifice, especially during specific calendrical events, was believed to help reset these cycles, ensuring that the world and society would continue in a state of harmony. Methods of sacrifice. Human sacrifice among the Maya was a highly ritualized event, and the methods used varied depending on the context, the status of the victim, and the purpose of the ceremony. However, there are several common methods that are well documented in archaeological evidence. Heart extraction. One of the most infamous forms of Maya human sacrifice was heart extraction. This ritual involved removing the heart of the victim while they were still alive. The Maya believed that the heart was the seat of life and the essence of the human soul, making it the most valuable offering to the gods. This method of sacrifice was typically performed by priests, who would use a special obsidian blade to cut open the chest and remove the heart. The heart would then be offered to the gods, often placed in a ceremonial bowl or burned in a fire. This form of sacrifice was particularly associated with the god Hunahpu, who represented the sun. Bloodletting. In addition to heart sacrifice, another form of human sacrifice was bloodletting. Maya rulers and priests would pierce their bodies with sharp objects, such as thorns or obsidian knives, to draw blood. This was often done in elaborate ceremonies where the blood would be collected and offered to the gods. The Maya believed that the act of bloodletting could create a spiritual connection with the divine and serve as an offering to the gods, especially during times of great need, such as droughts or wars. Decapitation. In some cases, victims were decapitated, with their heads being displayed as trophies or offerings. This was particularly common in cases of war-related sacrifices, where the heads of prisoners would be severed and displayed publicly as symbols of the conqueror's might. Ballgame sacrifice. The Maya ballgame was not just a form of recreation, but had deep ritualistic significance. In some instances, the losers of the ballgame would be sacrificed. The ballgame itself was seen as a representation of the cosmic struggle between life and death, and the sacrifice of the losing team was believed to ensure the renewal of life. Sacrifice by drowning. In rare cases, victims were drowned as part of the sacrifice. This was especially common among those who were chosen for ritualistic purposes, but were not considered enemies. Drowning was associated with the god of the underworld, Xibalba, and was sometimes used as a means of offering individuals who had a special relationship with the spiritual world. Human sacrifice in Maya society. Human sacrifice played a significant role in Maya society, particularly for the elite. Priests and rulers were responsible for performing these rituals, which were often elaborate and highly publicized events. These ceremonies were designed to reinforce the social hierarchy and to showcase the power and prestige of the ruling class. For the Maya, the ability to control the forces of nature and appease the gods through sacrifice was seen as a divine right, and it was through these acts that the rulers could solidify their legitimacy. While human sacrifice was an important part of Maya religion, it was not a practice that was carried out on a daily basis. Instead, sacrifices occurred at specific intervals, often tied to the Maya calendar, which was highly complex and synchronized with celestial events. Key moments in the agricultural cycle, such as the planting or harvesting of crops, or major political events, such as the ascension of a new ruler, would often coincide with sacrificial ceremonies. Decline of human sacrifice and its legacy. The decline of human sacrifice in the Maya civilization is believed to have occurred during the post-classic period, as internal strife, external invasions, and environmental factors led to the collapse of many Maya city-states. The Spanish conquest of the Americas in the 16th century brought an end to many indigenous religious practices, including human sacrifice. Spanish missionaries, who sought to convert the Maya to Christianity, condemned human sacrifice as barbaric and worked to eliminate it from Maya culture. Despite the end of human sacrifice, the practice remains an important aspect of Maya history. Archaeological sites such as Chichen Itza and Copan have uncovered evidence of these rituals, with remnants of sacrificial altars, remains of victims, and carvings that depict scenes of sacrifice. Today, human sacrifice is a subject of intense interest for historians, archaeologists, and anthropologists. who continue to study the ritualistic practices of the Maya people. In modern times, the legacy of Maya human sacrifice continues to influence the perception of the ancient civilization. While it may be seen as a brutal and barbaric practice, it is important to remember that it was a deeply spiritual and culturally significant aspect of Maya life. Human sacrifice, in the context of the Maya worldview, was not an act of cruelty, but rather a sacred offering to the gods who governed the universe. And that's a wrap on our deep dive into the fascinating and often misunderstood practice of human sacrifice in the Maya civilization. It's incredible to think about the complex religious and political systems that shaped this ancient culture, isn't it? If you found this video interesting, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more insightful content on history, culture, and the mysteries of the past. Don't forget to share this video with friends who love learning about ancient civilizations. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.